Hey, day 21. I just got back from a wonderful bike ride. I cut it short tonight because I still have homework to do, so I think I did 30 miles. Usually I'll do that route. I go out on the Legacy Trail to Venice and back. Usually it's about 38 miles, but like I said, I cut it a little bit short because I had homework. First, I want to give you an update about my concussion. So everybody has been worried. I have a lot of retired nurses at work, along with, my hair looks nice, along with we have a nurse at work, and then a very caring mama-in-law. And so everybody was like, you need to get checked out, you need to get checked out. And I was like, I think I'm fine. So today I decided just to call the VA. You know how you can talk to the nurse at the VA hospital. They'll, just go over, all their symptoms and what's going on. And immediately she was like, I'm going to need for you to call the ER and go there right now and go to the local one because they want me to go to VA, the Bay Pines, but it's like an hour away up by St. Pete. She's like, I need you to go immediately. I really don't even want you to drive, but go ahead and drive yourself and go to the ER. So of course that freaked me out. She's like, now it could be nothing, but I just want to make sure. So I took the time. I immediately called my boss, who was out of the office, so left him a message. Went to the hospital, checked myself in, and they were, asked me all the questions, because if you look at me, like today, I finally wore makeup for the first time today. So they're like, looking at me like I didn't even look like I had a concussion or anything was wrong. And the one nurse came out and looked around, said my name twice, and kept looking at me as if I wasn't who I said I was. Now, had I gone right when it happened, of course, yes, I look like a hot mess, but today, my face looked normal. So they they looked at my hand, they looked at my face, they gave me all the little, like a neuro exam, and then they sent me off for a CAT scan and x-rays of my hand. So then I had to wait around for another 45 minutes to get the results. But they did come back, and this was the reason why I was seen for a closed head injury, right hand pain, concussion. They also said I needed a tetanus shot. They used to be 10 years, now they're only 5. Gosh, y'all quit texting me. So, no, I love you when you text me. So, and then a contusion to the face, the hand abrasion, and a fall. So the CAT scan did show that I had a concussion, and that the results, or the symptoms of that, or the effects of that, still last for a couple weeks. So I had been a headache on Sunday, and then another headache yesterday. I thought it was because of I didn't have coffee on Sunday, and I'm a big coffee drinker. But unfortunately, it was because of the fall. The hand was fine, nothing wrong other than the cut that's still just not healing. It's a pretty deep cut. She said that I asked her, I'm in the middle of training, so I asked if I was still allowed to train, and she said yes, but be very, very cautious, because if I were to fall again within a short time frame of this fall and injuring my head again, that would therefore cause, some serious problems. So I was like, okay, I got done up there about 4 o'clock, and I was like, I'm going to go for a bike ride. So I came home and changed my clothes and went out for a ride. I was very careful. It was very windy tonight, so my bike was kind of swaying a little bit, and the wind was so hard I was riding by the trees, and a tree branch came out, and that kind of startled me. But I am good. I am fine. I'm going to really keep keep an eye on my symptoms and see how I'm feeling. And because I missed, like I said, I missed my homework yesterday, and so of course I had to email my teacher and explain like I really did have a concussion. I had to send her a note. I probably are that's 30 points. I'm already at a B, so that's really hard for me. And something just fell in the back. It's very windy out right now. So I'm still trying to get over the fact that I made a mistake. My perfect little self made an error. Hopefully the teacher will show pity on me and let me turn in my late work, even though I think I didn't even quite do it right, but whatever. Today I want to talk about, and I was thinking of this on the ride. The rides are my therapy, but it's also my time to think about things that I find beneficial, So I can only hope or assume that you would find them beneficial. And so today I want to talk about the word cheat. So we always say like a cheat meal or a cheat day. And The Rock, even though I love you, you're my fitness god, he always talks about his cheat meals. And I don't like to use the word cheat when talking about our food, because I feel like cheating has such a negative connotation to it, because when you cheat on somebody, it's really bad. You cheat on a test, it's really bad. It's like so what I would much rather, what I prefer to say is, like, I'm just going to decide to have that today. So, because unfortunately, what happens with cheat meals is you start off, and this kind of goes along with the subject we talked about the other day, is if you mess up, you keep messing up and messing up. Well, if you decide to give yourself a cheat meal, and then it was like, okay, well, that was a cheat meal, but then it just kind of opens yourself up to later being like, oh, well, now it's a cheat day, and next thing you know, it's a cheat week, and the next thing you know, it's a cheat month, and boom, there you are right back at square one again. So what I would prefer to say is just like, you know what, I'm going to make a choice to have this meal today, but I know having this choice what my repercussions are. I always tell my kids, your choices have consequences. So the choices that you make when you eat, and the choices that you make when you decide not to work out, has consequences. So you have consequences to your actions. So if you do decide, like, okay, I'm going to have this today, because I'm all for, like, when you're out on vacation, and let's say you're in Italy and you're never going to have this Italian food ever again, oh my gosh, by all means have it. Now, when you're here, when you're in the, you're local and whatever, and it's like where junk food is, like, we have a plethora of junk food everywhere, if you keep saying that to yourself, then you're never going to get past it. So I always say, I can go without that. I can go without a burger. I can go without eating meat for 30 days, because I know in 30 days, all of that food is going to still be right there when I'm done with my 30 days. Now, I planned it in between two vacations, because I know when I went to Maine, I've never had Maine lobster, and I was going to eat it. Now, at the end of the month, I'm going to Arkansas. The only thing that I know that I love in Arkansas that they have that I miss is crawfish. But I believe that crawfish season might be ending. I told my brother-in-law, Wasam, you better be saving me some. Save me some. Freeze it, I'll make some salad out of it later, whatever. But if you know you're just going to another place that there is no specialty food, then there's no reason why you can't stick to your goals while you're on vacation, especially if you vacation frequently, like sometimes like we do. But don't let these cheap meals turn into a week and turn into a month, and then a month goes by and you're never hitting your goals. So just always know that food is always going to be there. The workouts, again, that's a game you play with yourself. Like, if you keep putting it off and putting it off and putting it off, then it's never going to happen. So even if you're just going to take baby steps to get there. So now in your workouts, when I say your food should kind of match, or if you do have this cheat meal, and you know what you have to do in order to have that food, well, there's wonderful, you can go online, I can post some, but there's tons of articles or lists out there that'll say, if you eat this burger, this is how many miles you have to run, or if you eat French fries, this is how much of a swim you have to do, or this is how many calories you'll have to burn. So if you've never looked at what, like, because I'm not saying I've never eaten fast food. Like, I used to love some McDonald's. I actually loved a Whopper from Burger King, then I'd go get McDonald's French fries and chicken nuggets back in the day, very young, before I joined the military. But if you knew, like, let's say 1,500 calories sometimes in just a meal, one meal, 1,500 calories is what somebody should be consuming in a day. So just think about that in terms of a run. So I just did a 30-mile bike ride, and I'm still only at 1,195 calories. And that's a 30-mile bike ride along with walking and everything today. So that you're gonna have to do a 30-mile bike ride, and you're still not gonna burn the calories that you did to have that fast food meal or whatever that 1,500 calorie meal is. I think even a good old Zaxby's salad, we think you're doing good by eating a grilled blackened the blackened buffalo salad. It's up there in calories. So to be calorie conscious, that'll be a whole nother topic, like knowing exactly your calories. And I don't think you should be a calorie counter. I think at some point things should just happen naturally, and you should just kind of know, like, okay, this and this. And I'm all about portion sizes. Again, another fun topic that we can get into. But just remember, whatever you're putting in, you want to make sure that your output is exceeding that. So if you decide to have this meal for the day, and we'll go ahead and for the sake of this conversation, we'll call it your cheat meal. Just know what that cheat meal entails and what you're going to have to do to burn it in order to still reach your goal. If you don't have a goal in mind, or you don't have goals set, and you're not trying to keep a calorie count, but you still just want to treat yourself to your cheat meal, or maybe it's just a cheat treat like an ice cream, or I don't know, maybe you like a candy bar. Just anything that you decide that you want to have. If you don't care about what the end goal or result is, and you just call it that, so be it. But I just like to hear it. Instead of you calling it a cheat meal and getting down on yourself and being negative, just say, I choose to have this today, but I know what the consequences are. I hope this is a good lesson for you today. Just want to let everybody know that I am safe, I am well, I am healthy. 21 days down, getting close to the end. All right, I'll talk to you later. Love you. Bye.